Get straight into this because their energy is coming through these messages is not calm, it's not subtle, and it's definitely not something you ignore. Okay, there is someone in your energy right now who is completely, and I mean completely unhinged when it comes to, okay, not unstable, chaotic way, but unhinged in the sense that their emotions have crossed a line they never expected themselves themselves to cross. This is someone who is usually very disciplined, very controlled, someone who prides themselves on structure, logic, and self restraint. And yet, when it comes to you, all of that composure starts slipping in ways they cannot fully manage anymore. So, this person is a very strong, disciplined, masculine energy. Regardless of their gender, okay, they are used to being in control of situations, okay, in control of outcomes, and especially in control of their own emotions. They don't fall easily, they don't get carried away, and they definitely don't let people see their vulnerable side. But with you, something has shifted, something has cracked open, and it's almost like their own resistance towards their feelings has snapped. They try to hold back, they try to stay logical, okay, and they try to keep things at a distance, but it's not working anymore. Okay, the more they try to suppress it, the stronger it becomes. And now, what I am seeing is movement, fast. Yes, fast. This is not someone who's going to stay stuck in their head forever. There is an energy here of rushing towards you, almost impulsively, compared to how they normally behave. And this rushing energy feels tied to some kind of offer, or some kind of proposal, some kind of confession that carries weight. It does not have to be literal proposal right away, but it is something serious, something that signals intention, because this person is not interested in playing games with you. They are not approaching you casually. In their mind, if they move towards you, okay, it's because they see something real. At the same time, there's a very seductive and persuasive side to this person that you are going to notice. They know how to charm, they know how to mean, and they know create dynamic where you feel both good and slightly overwhelmed by their presence. There's teasing as well, a kind of playful tension that keeps you engaged, keeps you curious, keeps you wanting to understand them more and more. But underneath that charm, underneath that teasing, there is something much deeper. There is respect, real respect, the kind that is not easily given, and paired with that respect, very deep, almost intense kind of love that is still forming, but already powerful. So this is someone who is loyal by nature, protective, solid, the kind of person who wants to decide that someone is theirs. They stand firmly in that energy. They don't waver. They don't entertain multiple options. They don't move inconsistently. And that's why this energy feels so strong, because it's not scattered, it's focused, it's directed entirely towards you. Okay, and that focus is what creates the sense of intensity, the sense that something bigger is building here. Okay, now when I look at their emotions, it becomes even more intense. This person is craving you. Okay, yes, this person is craving you, but not only emotionally, mentally, energetically. You are on their mind far more than you realize. Okay, there is a constant pull towards that they cannot stop. It's not just a thought, this is frequent and repetitive, almost consuming. They think about what it would be like to be with you, to spend time with you, to have access to you in a way that no one does. There is a strong desire here to keep you close, to have you around them, okay, consistently, to not to share your where with you or your energy with outside world. And what's interesting is that while this person carries this very full pose exterior, there is a side to that very few people get to see. Yes, a darker side in the sense of intensity, passion, and desire, and you awaken that side. You trigger something in them that goes beyond your usual personality. It's like you activate parts of them that they don't normally express, parts of them that are more raw, more intentional. Okay, yes, more driven by feeling, love, and that can be overwhelming for them. Yes, because they are not used to operating from the space. There's also something very significant about this person's status or lifestyle. Okay, this could be someone who is very focused on business. Okay, someone who is financially stable, possibly even wealthy, someone who moves in environments where they are respected, where they hold power, where they are seen as someone important. And despite of all of that, despite everything they have built, everything they have achieved, you are the one thing that makes them feel slightly out of control. You are one thing, okay, that they cannot predict, cannot manage in the same calculated way they manage everything else in their life. And that's why they're so drawn to you, because your energy is different. Okay, your energy does not submit, control. It does not chase. It does not try to impress. You exist in your own space, in your own realm, and that creates this magnetic pull. They are used to people wanting something from them, needing something from them. Okay, being impressed by them. But your energy feels self, and that makes them want you even more. Yes, even more. There is also a very clear message here about exclusivity. This person does not want to share you. They don't like the idea of other people having you. Okay, yes, or having access to you the way they want, even if they haven't said anything yet, even if they haven't made a move yet. There's already this internal claim forming here. It's subtle, it's not expressed openly, but it's there. And as their feelings grow stronger, that sense of possessiveness is going to grow over the time. At the same time, I'm seeing that this connection carries the soulmate vibes, soulmate energy, not in a light dreamy way, but in a very real grounded way. The kind of connection that feels significant, that feels like it has purpose, it feels like it changes you in some way. And because of that, it's not something that either of you will be able to ignore for long. Okay, the energy will keep pulling you together, keep creating situations where you cross paths, where you interact, where things start to unfold naturally. There is also this contrast between innocence and depth. Okay, on the surface, this person might appear calm, composed, even slightly reserved. Underneath that, there is a very intense emotional and physical desire that they're trying to control. And you notice this contrast in the way they speak with you. Moments where they seem, yes, where they seem completely composed, and then moments where there is a shift, where their gaze lingers a little longer, where the energy feels heavier, where you can sense that there is more beneath the surface than what they are showing. And the more time passes, the harder it becomes for them to keep this contained, because this is not fading energy, this is growing energy, is building layer by layer. Okay, yes, becoming more undeniable. And eventually, it reaches a point where it has to be fixed, where they can't just sit back and observe anymore, where they feel the need to act, to step forward, to make their presence known in your life in a direct, more direct way. What's important for you to understand is that this is not someone who takes feelings lightly. So if they're feeling this way about you, something, okay, it means that you have triggered something real, something significant. And while the intensity of it might feel overwhelming at times, it also carries the potential for something very stable, very grounded, very long term. Because we need all the craving, we need all the desire, we need all intensity. There is intention, there is respect, there is a desire to build something that is not temporary. And that's what makes this energy so powerful. Okay, it's not just about wanting you in the moment, it's about wanting you in their life consistently, fully, and without hesitation. This person is not just reacting to you, they are starting in a very quiet, calculated way. Okay? This is someone who pays attention to details that most people overlook about you. Maybe the way you speak, the way you react, the way your mood swings, the way your energy changes, depending on who you are around. Notice all of it. This is an goal or manipulate, but in a way that shows how vested they already are. You're not just someone passing through their life, you have become a focal point. There is also something about timing here that feels almost cinematic. Like everything with this person has been building behind the scenes. while you were focused on other things. And now it's reaching a point where it can't stay hidden anymore. Okay, that rushing energy is getting stronger, more urgent, almost like they feel the pressure to act before they lose opportunity. And this could be triggered by them seeing other people around you, or sensing that you might move on, or simply realizing that hope is no longer an option. Whatever the trigger is, it's definitely pushing them forward. And when they come forward, it's not going to feel weak or uncertain. It's going to feel direct. There will be confidence in their approach, even if there is emotion behind it. We say this person is not used to being unsure, even in love, even in desire. They carry a sense of certainty. So once they decide what they want, and right now, they want you, not temporarily, not partially, but fully. There's a very strong I choose you type of energy here, even if it hasn't been spoken yet. At the same time, there's a protective instinct that is growing stronger within them. Okay, this is someone who does not just want to be with you, they want to protect you, to create a sense of safety around you, to make sure that you are not hurt or disrespected by others. And this protective energy can sometimes come across as intensity, okay, super intensity, because it's rooted in how deeply they feel. They don't want to see you in situations where you were undervalued, where you were not treated the way they believe you should be treated. And that can create moments where their emotion feels stronger than expected, especially if they witness something that triggers that protective side. There's also a very interesting dynamic here between control and surrender. Okay, this person is used to control, used to leading, used to managing outcomes, as you can see, used to staying composed. But with you, there's this constant pull towards surrender, towards letting go, okay, towards feeling, towards allowing themselves to be vulnerable. They're comfortable with. And that conflict is creates that push and pull where they are trying to maintain control while simultaneously being drawn deeper into this world. And you might notice this is the way they behave. Moments where they seem very composed, very steady, very grounded, and moments where something flips to a look, okay, a pause, a shift in your energy that reveals just how much is actually going on the surface, but it's there. And if you are intuitive, you will pick up on it. There is also a strong element of desire for exclusivity, as I have told you two times earlier. This person does not like the idea of sharing your attention at all. They don't like the idea of competing, even if they don't openly show it in their mind. Once they decide that they want you, they expect a certain level of focus, a certain level of mutual energy. And that's why seeing others around you is triggering something or triggers something. It's not just jealousy, it's a feeling of wanting to secure something that they already feel is significant. And what makes this even more intense is the fact that they are not impulsive by nature. This is not someone who jumps from person to person or who gets easily attached. So the fact that they feel this strongly, it means something. It means that you have affected them in a way that is rare for them. You have disrupted their usual patterns, the usual way of operating, and that disruption, while uncomfortable for them at times, is also what draws them closer to you. There is also something about the future, okay, that keeps coming through. This person does not just think about the present moment with you, they think ahead. They imagine scenarios, possibilities, what life would, look like if you were part of it. And that's where that proposal type of energy becomes symbolic of something bigger. It's not just about one moment, it's about a long term vision. It's about building something that has structure, that has depth, that has permanence. And yet, despite all of this intensity, there is still a layer of hesitation, not because they don't want you, but because, see, they understand the weight of what they feel. They know that once they step forward, once they make their intentions clear, there is no going back to something casual or undefined. It becomes real. It becomes something that requires consistency, right? Efforts, presence. And that's why they took their time in the beginning, but that time is running out. isn't it? Because the feelings are not fading, they are just growing over the time, and they're becoming more difficult to ignore, more difficult to contain, and eventually it's reaching a point where action is becoming inevitable, where they have to express something, even if it's not everything all at once. So, where they have to let you know that in some way, that you were not just another person to them. Okay, and on your side, there's also a shift happening, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. Even if you were not still processing it, still observing, still trying to understand what this is, there is a connection forming, a recognition, a sense that this is different from what you have experienced before. And that recognition can feel both exciting and intimidating at the same time. Because this is not light energy, this is not something that comes and goes. Okay, this is something that has depth, that has intensity, that has the potential to change things in a very real way. And that's why it requires awareness. It requires you to be present, to be honest with yourself about what you feel, about what you want, about what you are ready for. Because this person, they're not coming in halfway. They are not offering something temporary. Okay, they're not offering something temporary. They are stepping towards you with intention, with focus, with a level of emotional investment that is already deeper than what they are showing. And the more this unfolds, the more you will start to see that clearly. And when you do, that's when the real question will begin, the not whether they want you, because that is already evident, but whether you are ready to meet them at that same level. So I will be here with another reading. Till then, take care and God bless you. Till then, take care. Bye bye.